Good evening. I know this is the worst time in the world to do a live. You know how I know that? Because every single person is either at a college football game or they're watching a college football game or their grandchildren are playing at a college football game. So this is not a good time for me to do a live. But Patty's watching and Annette's watching and you know, I'm not watching a ball game. Matter of fact, I worked out in the yard all day long. I've got some fun stuff to show y'all tonight. I think you're going to like this live. So I want to wait till a few get on here so we can have quite a few watching. I'm sitting on the back porch. There's my rocking chair that I often sit in right there. I got a church bench over here that I sit in. I've got a swing on that side that I sit in. And I'm at the table where the I can't ever, the orchids are, where the orchids are. And I moved the tablecloth because I'm going to do something with y'all tonight that I can't use the tablecloth. So, well, first thing I want to show you this and see if you know what this is. Let's see if you know what this is. There's the inside, the bottom. Let's see. I did have a good afternoon, and Ronnie, I did. Ronnie, do you know what this is? Ronnie Rowland. How about you, Leah? Do you know what this is from Kentucky? I bet your grandmother had one. All right, this one's rooting for Virginia. She says, I'm watching from Oklahoma. And that's Andre. Good evening, Andre. Hi, Mitzi. Does anybody know what this is? All right, here's another one. I collect these, okay? Here's another one. Let me show it to you. Here it is. So there's two of them. And here's the third one. I only have three. But when I see them, I try to buy them. Does anybody know? She wants to order one of my cookbooks. I'll tell you how to in just a minute, sweetheart. It's under BrendaGantBook.com, but that's not why I'm on here. But I'll write it in the words when the thing goes off. I hadn't seen anybody that knows what this is. Garlic butter chicken. The Zur pea. Oh, that's what she's had for supper. Gosh, I wish I was eating with you, darling. That sounds so good. I like those old English peas in a can. They're good to me. I don't know. I've always liked them. I like them on top of creamed potatoes. I like them with rice. I love them. Somebody says football struggle lasts. I can't read them fast enough, so I'm just going to talk. Y'all just say what all y'all want to say on there, and I hope it's a lot, because when I go to bed tonight, I'm going to read all of them, or I'm going to read as many as I can. All right, so you don't know what this is, obviously. They hold eggs. No, they do not hold eggs. That's a good guess, though. I remember those for the eyes. Yeah, who got that right? It was Myra. I think that's who it was. Let's see. Okay, here's what you did. All right, now y'all, this is called an antique eyewash. It's called an antique eyewash. I bought one of these in Houston, Texas when I went to see Mark Lowry. There was one in a antique store, and so I asked the people who were around me, do y'all know what this is? And they all said, no, we don't know what it is. They didn't know what it was, but I'm going to tell you, so you're going to be smart. These are antique eyewash, and let me tell you what you did. And I used it the other day. Remember when I told you I dropped that glass in my sink, a drinking glass, and it hit that sink and splattered up like this? And a little piece of glass went in my eye. I felt it the instant it happened. So the instant it happened, I keep one of these. I keep this one right here in my medicine cabinet in my bathroom. So what you do is this. You run your water till it gets warm, and I put a teaspoon of salt in a pint of water and stirred it up. And then I poured that, I guess you'd have to say brackish, because anyway, I poured that water in here in this eye wash. And what you do is you hold your head down like that. You put this over your eye like that. And absolutely no water will come out. And you look this way, and you look up, you look down, and you look all kind of ways. And then you pour that out, you do you some more. I got my eye red. And that's how you use it. You put your head down in it like that. And you have your eye open when you're doing it. You open your eye and do like this. And you can go back and forward any way and try to look around. And it will wash your eye out. And that salt helped. And it needs to be warm, because if it's cold, it hurts your eyes. So you need to have warm water. So that's what I wanted to show y'all. So this is an antique eye wash. An antique eye wash. That's all I know to call it. And I wanted y'all to know this because of me getting my eyes messed up the other day. But anyway, I collect these, and I'm proud of them. And I actually use them. So if you ever see one at an antique store, you should get it, because they're wonderful. Let's say you got an eye infection, or you wake up and you got matter all in your eye and it's shut. You can't even get the thing open. Well, I'm going to put these right here because we're going to be doing something else. We're going to do something else. All right, so also the other day, I asked y'all if you ever played thimble, who's got the thimble? Well, you told me that y'all played it, but you didn't have a thimble. Some of you had a penny, and you put a penny in your hand, and you said, penny, who's got the penny? Or button, who's got the button? Or quarter, who's got the quarter? And y'all played that too, but you couldn't remember the name of it. I think the name of it is whatever you've got in your hand. That's what I think. I think that's the name, the actual name of it. Here's Susie here, and there's Daniel. Gloria's watching. But anyway, some of y'all wrote in and said, when you sat in that big circle at a birthday party, and let's say you're in 5th and 6th and 7th grade, and you had to go around the circle and do this, and you're going to drop that penny into somebody's hand, because they got their hand like that too, and you just go up and you try not to let anybody know who it is. And at the end, you say, penny, who's got the penny? And that person stands up and said, I got it. And they said that that's when they got to walk around the house or the barn. It was a nighttime party, and get them a little kiss, then come back and somebody else would do it. I mean, you know, kids, that's kids, isn't it? And it's normal. All right, y'all, here's the next thing I wanted to show you. We're just getting this is called Educational Night. And I'm sure a lot of you understand it. But I'm going to go over it. Another thing that I collect are poison bottles. This one had a cork in it. Notice there's no screw top. Do you see that? There's no screw top on that. And in the olden days, when they got up in the night, and this was kept in the medicine cabinet, okay? It was kept in the medicine cabinet. The poison was. I don't even know what they used it for. But anyway, it was kept there in the medicine cabinet. I think it was like quinine or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, they didn't have electricity. So when you're feeling around in the medicine cabinet trying to find what you need to be taking, there's little dots all right there and here. And when you felt that in the medicine cabinet, you knew that that was the poison bottle. And you might can see the word poison right there. It's probably backwards on yours, but there it is. Poison. These are very collectible. If you see one, they come in green. I've got a blue one. I've got a clear one and a brown one. But there's all different kind of colors of them. All right, here's the last thing we're going to do. And this is going to show how bad I am and how old I am. We talked about some other games like hopscotch and double dutch and jump rope and red light. You remember when we used to play red light? You'd say, 1, 2, 3, red light. You had to stop. And a lot of y'all talked about freeze tag and some different games that were played as children. And so I went in there and looked, and I found my little car, my truck, that has the jacks in it. So I thought I would try to play jacks in front of you. And I probably am going to really mess up, but I'm going to try it. This truck is rubber. My brothers and I used to get out by the tree, and they had a rubber Donald Duck truck. And we would play with that thing and make where the roots of the tree kind of came out. We would play with and make little bridges and tunnels under those roots and roads. And we would play all day under that tree with our little trucks and cars. And this is a rubber truck right here. Let me put this right here where I can show you. I'm going to get the jacks out of it. I keep the jacks in it. It has little rubber wheels. And it's a little rubber truck. Let's see if there's a name on the bottom, which I can't see one. But anyway, I keep my jacks in it. So here are the jacks. They are metal, and they look like this, and you play it with a ball. I had 4 balls in there, and some of them aren't any good. They're about rubbered out. They don't even bounce good, so I'm going to try my best to show you how to play it. That one bounces fair. Let's see what this one does. Come on. Well, anyway, we'll try it. We just learned it how anyway. It doesn't matter if I mess up or what, does it? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to like this where y'all can see the table. All right, now here's what you do. I'm going to have to stand up. I can hardly do it sitting down, and I know I can't do it standing up. All right, so the first thing you did with jacks is you threw it out, and you'd say onesies. Oh, Lordy. See, I messed up on the onesies. I'm going to have to get another ball. I don't know what that one went. Here it is. And you picked up 1 jack on the onesies. Well, you're not supposed to have a 10. Let me get a 10 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, here's some bigger jacks right here. They're better than some of these. The heavier the jacks are, the better they work. You can hardly find these anymore either. That's 5. All right, and that's 10. Okay. Okay, here we go. You took your jacks like this, and you throw them out. Onesies. Now, there's 2 together. Twosies. There's 3. Threesies. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to change my ball. That one went under my aquarium. Let's see if we can use this one. All right, then I think what you did is you pick up 2, 2, 2, 2. And then you had to do them all like this. So you had to do them all. I missed that time. Well, I caught the ball in my hand. Have y'all played this in a long time? All right. Anyway, I want to show you how to play jacks, just in case that you ever see it in an antique store. Maybe what you'll need to do is buy them for your kids, but you may have to buy a special ball because these balls are so old that they don't even bounce anymore. They don't even, it's bad. It's bad, it's bad. But I can tell you now, the toys today are more plastic than they are rubber and metal, and that's not as good. Plastic jacks don't work as good because they've got to have some weight, so when you scrape them up, they come up easy, okay? if so, I wouldn't buy anything new, like new jacks and a ball. I wouldn't do that. You might can use the ball, but you certainly can't use the jacks. So anyway, I just wanted to say that it's ball game night. I didn't go to the ball game last night to watch Banks because it was out of town, and I usually don't travel out of town to go to a ball game because I get back so late. It's not that I don't want to go, but I just don't. Tomorrow, I hope I can cook something for you because I hadn't cooked in like 2 or 3 days. Well, I cooked today, but you probably didn't want to see what I cooked, but I did cook. I took some catfish fillets, and I cut them up into things that look like, chicken nuggets. I cut them in little squares, and I put my olive oil in my skillet, and then I fried them, and that's what I had, along with some scuppernons. They were so good. They were delicious. All right, let's see who's watching. Let's see if I can read it all. Annette is watching. Annette Peach, and Ricky Roberts, and Kylie Stiegel, and Allison Tyrone Hill, and Katie. Have you have a set of those when I played? Talking about the little jacks. When I played jacks, my sister and I played jacks on the front porch all the time. Fun times. Oh yes, they're fun times. They are wonderful times that we can remember playing and all the stuff we played. Did y'all ever cut out paper dolls out of a Sears and Roebuck catalog? I did. I cut out the daddy, the mama, the baby, some little kids, and I cut out some furniture, and I'd play all Sunday afternoon with those things. I loved it. She says, I was raised cooking and living like you. A lot of y'all did. Where are y'all tonight? Are you at home? Are you going to watch a ball game? If you start it, some of the ball games don't start till like 5:30 or 6, and they're probably going to last 2 or 3 hours, so you're not going to want to stay up that late. You need to get into bed. I'm going to get into bed. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do. Anyway, I walked down to my scuppernong arbor this afternoon, and I picked me some scuppernongs. And so I ate those for my dessert tonight. I ate the hull and everything. Do y'all have scuppernongs at your house? Do you know what a scuppernong is, or a muscadine? Some of mine were muscadines. All right, some of y'all are asking about the book again. A lot of y'all have all 3 of them. I'm so glad you do. It says, oh my, I used to play jacks all the time. That's Arlene. I cut out paper dolls too. Yeah, wasn't that fun? I'd pick out the cutest daddy in the book. And I'd cut out the prettiest mama in the book. And the little babies and stuff. She says, I made pom-poms from the newspaper. Well, that sounds good. My mother, we got the Sunday paper, and she would come in there and read to us the comics. And the comics were, we call them the funny papers. They were in color. Beautiful, bright colors. As a matter of fact, we used to save the funny papers to wrap presents in because it was so pretty. But anyway, Mother would always read to us, and one of her favorite cartoons, well, she had 2 that she read to us. It was Blondie and Snuffy Smith. I couldn't read Snuffy Smith when I was in 7th grade because he talked so funny. I didn't know what it was saying, but Mama did. Now she was raised all over the place, really. All her people came from Tennessee and Kentucky, but she lived in South Alabama a lot, and she lived around in South Alabama, so she had a peculiar accent with all that mixed in together. And she would read those funny papers to us, and we'd just laugh, and then she'd read Blondie. We loved Blondie. Did y'all read that when you had your paper? When papers were real good? and magazines were real good. Rainy something. Okay, there's Andre Berry. Escambia, California. Love playing jacks. Here's Becky Dubose is watching. And Annette. So what's happening with y'all tonight? It says I used to put silly putty. Oh yeah, I did too. You could take some silly putty and put it on the funny papers and smash it down like a pancake and pull it up, and the picture that was on the funny paper was on the silly putty. It's amazing. So yes, I did that. I pressed the silly putty into the comics. It was so much fun. Said Brenda grew up like I did. Well, how old are y'all? I'm 77 years old. Soon to be 78. Just another month or two. I have your cookbooks. Yeah, if y'all don't have my cookbooks, y'all, they're really good. They are hardback. There's not any kind of little spiral stuff in it. It's made good. It is a good book that's going to last for a long, long time. I have 3. Linger around the table. It's going to be good, y'all. It's the same as this shirt. It's going to be good, y'all. And the next one was, second book was Linger Around the Table, y'all. And the last one was Live Each Little Moment, y'all. And those, all the titles mean something to me. There's over 100 recipes in every single book. But there's 200-something pages. Because we've got pictures of every recipe. We've got stories in it and all kind of stuff. They're really nice books. And I did not choose the glossy paper because I wanted y'all to write in your books. Write all in them. When you try a recipe, write down up there what the recipe is and everything. So, like, if you made it, write the date, put your name on it. If you changed it, put that. If you added something, put that. And your grandchildren, when you pass on, they will be so proud to have that book that their grandmother wrote in, and she marked, and she put dates. You know, I told you one time that my mother kept a diary for close to 25 or 30 years. She kept a diary. And in that diary, she wrote every day what everybody was doing. She wrote what she cooked for breakfast. She wrote what she cooked for dinner or supper. And she wrote it all in there. If she made cake, or if somebody died, or somebody got married, or she went somewhere, she wrote it in there. Sometimes when I don't know what to cook, it's not that we don't like to cook. I like to cook. But it's picking out what to cook is I don't like. I don't like to try to have to decide. So, I see a lot of hearts going up on that one. So I know that I know y'all don't like to. You cook whatever they want, right? You just don't like to plan a menu, I guess you'd say. So sometimes when I'm feeling kind of like I don't know what to cook today, and let's say, well, today what is it? August 31st. I think that's what today is. I'll go look in her diary on August the 31st. Any one of those years, whichever year I happen to be looking at, and I read what she cooked for supper. There's your menu. Mama's already left it to me. She left it to me when she passed away, when I got those books. And I love them. I wouldn't take a world for them. It's in her handwriting, and her prayers are in there. She just wrote so much. Do y'all keep a diary? I don't keep one. She says she likes the pogo stick. Yeah, Banks got one of those for Christmas. I tried to do it, but I could not. I used to could, but I can't now. That's gone. And I could hula hoop. I had one of those. And I had skates with a skate key. Did y'all have a skate key? You put it around your tennis shoes, and we would skate all day long and tighten up our skate with our skate key. You couldn't lose that skate key. I kept my skates for a long time. I don't know where they are now. I don't know. she says, I remember those comics, and I'm 71, going on 72. Listen up, everybody. You will never regret getting something. Oh, I missed it. I can't wait for this thing to slow down. Let's see what that... Can I stop it? Yeah. No, I can't. Let's see if you can. All right. I can't. It won't stop. All right. Well, unless y'all got a question, I'm going to go. But we started it off today. For those of you who are just coming in, this was our poison bottle that they kept in the medicine cabinet. It has dots on the side because they didn't have electricity and they didn't want to drink poison in the night, so they'd fill the bottle to make sure they were drinking the right medicine. We have played jacks tonight, and I tried to do it. I didn't do too good. I probably did as good as y'all would. And the last thing we did, for those of you who are just now coming in, is we learned what this was. Whoop! Right here. These are eyewash glasses. See how they're shaped like a... See how they go up on the ends like that? That's to fit around your eye real good. And what I do is I mix a pint of water, warm water, not cold, warm, not real hot, just nice warm water to the touch. I mix a pint of water with 1 teaspoon of regular salt, and I stir that around real good and try to dissolve it. Pour it in here, and you fill it all the way up. It'll almost kind of like hump over. You got to have it full. Then you lean down, open your eye wide, put it in there, hold it tight, and then look up and look around and do all that. And when you do, that salt water's going to wash out whatever it is in your eyes. When I went to the eye doctor the other day, I went ahead and went because it felt still scratchy, so I wanted to make sure that there wasn't glass still in it, and it wasn't. But anyway, when I went, I told him, I said, well, he said, you must have done something right. I said, well, I used an antique eyewash glass, and I put salt in it in the water. And he looked at me like that, like, you put salt in your eye? I said, well, I mixed it with water, and it was good. Linda says her youngest sister collects these. How are your zinnias? All right, how are my zinnias doing that I was drying? Absolutely awful. They look awful. They didn't do at all. So whoever put that on Facebook and said it would work, it does not work. Don't do it. They look awful. I'm gonna throw them away. I don't mind showing y'all. Someday when I'm in there cooking, they're still sitting in there, but they look terrible. I mean terrible. So we'll just have to try another way. That way certainly didn't work. And you see things on Facebook and you think, somebody said the other day that they made something that somebody had on was some kind of 2-ingredient something, and they said it was awful. So they just wasted their materials. That's what they did. Anyway, I promise I'll try to cook something tomorrow, and I'll show it to you on Monday. I can't show it tomorrow. We got a lot going on tomorrow. Those of you who live really close to me, my daddy has a prosthetic eye. He uses one to take his eye out. Well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That is. Some people just clean their eye with a little salt water just to clean it out and give it good. So this lady's saying spray the flowers with hairspray. Does that work? Are they going to turn out real pretty? I am sitting out here burning up, y'all. I am burning up on this porch. And I just got out of the shower. Anyway, too humid in Alabama to dry flowers. Well, that is true, Jean. something's wrong. But I did have them inside, so it's not humid inside. I've got the air conditioner wide open. I absolutely love to listen to your words of wisdom. Learned so much. I love antiques. My mama got hers started years ago. Yes, my recipes are tried and true. When you get your new recipe book, and I've already told you this, that homemade ranch that I put in there, it took me hours to perfect that, and it is delicious. Now, tonight when I ate my fish nuggets, and y'all never even heard of those, well, that's because I just made it up. I didn't want to cook them whole, so I just cut them up like chicken nuggets. I made me some tartar salts to go with mine. It was real good. Just made it up. Got in there and made it up. So, anyway. All right, y'all, I'm going to let you go. I hope y'all sleep good. Some of y'all are Roll Tide fans and everything. And yeah, this one right here, I got this one in Texas. In Houston, Texas, at an antique shop. And everybody was with me that day, had no idea what that was. I don't even know if the person that put it in there knew what it was. But I told them. You know, when I made those jewelry Christmas trees, was it last year? No, it was year before last. I went into an antique store on the way to Houston. And so I was walking out of the store, and I didn't have any package. I didn't buy anything. So the lady behind the counter said, you didn't find what you're looking for? I said, no, ma'am. I was looking for old watches. Just any kind of watches. I said, they don't have to run. They just be torn up. Just watches. She reached down behind that counter, and she pulled out a sack of watches. It was that big. It was a gallon. It was a gallon sack, and it was full. And she said, you can have any one you want in here for $1 a piece. So I bought 25 of them. And that's what I made William, a Christmas tree. And I went to Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, and bought one of those cardboard forms. And I know y'all saw me make that. Hot glued all those watches all over it with little metal pieces all in it. It's gorgeous. And I named it. I named it Christmas Time. Isn't that appropriate? Christmas time. Anyway, y'all are the sweetest things. Y'all are still just sending me notes, and I need to go, and you need to go too. I got you right at your supper time, and your family's probably fussing at you because you hadn't fixed any supper. I bought the ingredients to make the ranch dressing today. Well, darling, you'll love it. Put it in a fruit jar, and you'll just love it with chicken or French fries or whatever. Put it on salads. It wouldn't matter. That's what I'm going to do. My mama's jewelry. That sounds good. Make it, baby. Make it. Y'all use it. You got all that jewelry that your Aunt Susie left you and your grandma and everybody else, and you might as well make a tree. I did paint my cardboard. One of the trees I did all gold and white. And so I painted the tree white. I spray painted it, got it out here in the backyard. An ant is biting me or something. And so, anyway, that's what I did. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all enjoy your games tonight. I hope your team wins. I hope Alabama wins. That's my team. Roll Tide. I went to school there, y'all, in case you didn't know. I got my master's degree at the University of Alabama years and years and years ago. When I was young, I was in my 20s. My undergraduate school, I went in 3 years. And the reason I did is I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to graduate. So I got that in 3 years, and then we were married. After I graduated, and then in the next 3 years, I taught school and that kind of stuff. And my principal said, Ms. Gant, since before you have children, you need to go ahead and get your master's, because once you have children, it's really hard to go back to school. And, you know, the Bible tells us to seek wise counseling. Well, my principal was a really good man, and I did take his advice, and I went back to school, and and I would go at night and on weekends to try to get my master's degree at Alabama. And I graduated in August, and my first baby was born in November. So I just did get it in there. I just did. I'm telling you, I just did. So anyway, I don't know. Those are days gone by. I don't go back to the Alabama games or anything like that. I've got another life now. You know, life goes on, doesn't it? Life goes on. We need to find keep your old friends and find some new ones, and start new things. Hannah said the other day, she said, I want to learn how to crochet. I said, well, I can't help you. I don't know how to crochet. I said, you need to find you somebody that knows how and let them teach you how to crochet if you want to crochet. So maybe she'll find somebody that can help her crochet. I hope so. You know, hey, oh, and let me say this while I'm on here. That Taste of the South magazine, I write a story, well, it's a story about my life or something that happened in my life, and a recipe in that magazine every time it comes out. So I'll put the link in there for that if you want to order it. It only comes 6 times a year. It's every other month. But it is full of recipes, really good ones too. So I'll do that. And let's see, what else I was going to tell you. I'm trying to think. I don't even know. I went and raked up some pine straw today to go out there in my bed. Oh, and by the way, the other day, I had to go to town and buy 2 bales of pine straw. Did I tell y'all that? I had to buy it because we did some construction stuff over at the Cottle House, and it was just dirt, and I didn't want none of that dirt coming into the house, so I bought pine straw to go on that area so people could walk over it. You won't believe what I had to pay for that pine straw. $22. It was almost, well, with tax, it was $10 and something a bale. And I had to buy 2 of them. And I thought, oh, my word. I cannot believe the prices of everything. So today, I never did find my rake, but I went over to Hannah's and stole hers. So I went and raked up my own pine straw around and put it in that flower bed out there because I needed it. And I really need some more. But the pine needles will be falling real soon, so I'll go rake again another time. She wants to tour my home. Well, heck, y'all seen it a million times. I've walked you around. Y'all seen in my art room, and you've seen everything. So I feel like y'all are just sitting right here at the table with me. That you got somebody over here and somebody over here, and I feel like y'all are just with me. If you're ever in the antique store, though, and you see you a little eyewash thing, and you don't have one, you need to get it. Just go ahead and buy it. Don't even look at the price, because I think they run about $20. I don't know how much they are now. I've had mine a long time. You might find one for $15. But they are so handy. If your children or somebody gets something in their eye, they're just so handy. I love mine. And if you ever find any metal jacks, buy those. Because those plastic ones that they've got, they aren't worth 2 cents. It probably didn't take them but 1/4 of a cent to even make a package, and then they charge you for it. Probably made in China. These weren't, I bet you. I bet you these weren't. They were made in America. I want to get all our businesses least helped in America. I want our small business owners to do good. I want them to do good. I know they're struggling, and I know they're trying. You got restaurants that need our help. They're having to pay somebody to help them, and it just, it's a struggle, y'all. It is a struggle. And people who have lawn care businesses, they're having to buy more expensive equipment, and the gas to go in their machines, and their oil is higher. So everybody's suffering with different things as far as food. And next week, at some point next week, I'm fixing me some dry beans. I know that because I have been craving them, and I've got a ham bone frozen in there in that freezer, and I'm gonna make me some cornbread, and I'm gonna make me some dry beans, and I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna eat those dry beans. It'll be way too many. I need a package about that big, and dry beans come in one like that. But they're cheap. Oh, that's a good buy when you can buy dry beans. All right, I said I was going to go, and I'm still yakking. Y'all have a good night. I hope the sheets feel so good. Last night, my sheets felt so good because I had clean sheets on the bed. They were clean. I turned that thing back, stuck my leg down in there, and I thought, oh, this feels so good. And I have 2 pillows on my bed, and I put them both and propped them up behind me and looked at my Facebook a little while. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to read these things that you're putting up there right now because I can't read them. They come up too fast. I can't do it. Here's somebody from Indiana. Chantel. Gosh, I can't even say her last name. It's got a Z and a J in it. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Y'all are so cute. All right. Love y'all. Listen, I'm going to go inside, see if I can't cool off. I've already had my supper, that catfish and my muscadines. I'm going to go in there and try to cool off a little bit, put on my pajamas, and brush my teeth, and grease my face, and go to bed. I hope the Lord will be with you tonight and that you'll rest good. If you've got something on your mind, I pray that you'll just give it to Him. Give it to Him. I mean, some of this stuff that we can't do anything about. We just got to give it away and ask Him to please take care of it because you can't do it. And your body, you're making all that bad stuff in your body, worried about it and everything. And you caretakers, I know it's hard on you tonight. And you mothers with little babies, and you're not getting enough sleep because the baby keeps waking up. I'm so sorry. But listen, darling, they'll grow up. It'll be all right. You're going to be all right. I went through it too. I didn't even know what bed I was sleeping in. When Dallas was born, he cried all the time. We had a 2-bedroom house, and I'd sleep with George a little while, then I'd go sleep with Dallas a little while. When he was an infant, when he was really little, I pushed that bed up to the wall, and I'd have to sleep with him because I had to get some sleep any way I could possibly get it. I was worn out. And it was my first child, and I didn't know what I was doing. So now I'm a grandmother, and I know what I'm doing now. Y'all are so cute. Let me go. I got to go, y'all. Quit sending messages up there. You keep sending them, and I can't help but read them. Y'all still got hearts coming up. You won't let me go. Let me go. Y'all remember that song? Let me go, let me go, let me go, lover. Remember that? I don't remember the other words. I remember that part. Y'all have a good night. Give your cares to the Lord. He tells you to. He'll bear our burdens for us. Good night.